The medicine you rely on takes an incredibly long journey before it ever reaches you, and every single step of that journey carries a risk. For decades, the pharmaceutical industry has depended on manual checks and, frankly, reactive processes to ensure quality. But that's all about to change. Today, we're going to dive into how four key technologies, AI, IoT, blockchain, and automation, are building a new, almost unbreakable ecosystem of trust and safety, all the way from the lab to the pharmacy.
First, let's just be clear about what's at stake. According to the World Health Organization, in some parts of the world, a staggering 1 in every 10 medical products is either substandard or an outright fake. Now, this isn't just some abstract supply chain problem. This is a full-blown global health crisis. It puts millions of lives at risk, and honestly, it erodes trust in the entire healthcare system. This is the problem that technology is now perfectly poised to solve. So in this explainer, we'll start by looking at the high cost of the way things are now. Then, we'll break down the four key technologies that are just completely changing the game. We'll look at the hard data that proves their impact, talk about the real-world hurdles to getting them implemented, and finally, look ahead to the integrated future of pharmaceutical safety. So, why is there such an urgent need for this change? Well, the traditional model for quality assurance is fundamentally reactive. It's designed to catch mistakes after they've already happened. It's always playing catch-up. This approach isn't just inefficient. It's dangerously vulnerable to everything from simple human error in a lab to sophisticated criminal counterfeiting rings. The cost of all this uncertainty? It's measured in rejected batches, expensive recalls, and most importantly, in compromised patient safety. So that brings us to our first pillar of the new solution: artificial intelligence. And AI represents a really fundamental shift in thinking. Instead of just finding errors, AI-powered systems are designed to predict and flat-out prevent them. The best way to think about it is like a digital inspector, one that's tireless, incredibly precise, and works 24/7. This slide really highlights the stark contrast. On one hand, you have human inspection. For all its strengths, it's inherently fallible. It's subject to fatigue, to interpretation, to simple mistakes. On the other hand, you have AI, which brings this relentless, objective precision. Machine vision can analyze thousands of products a minute, spotting microscopic defects that are totally invisible to the human eye, and it does it with the exact same level of accuracy on a Monday morning as it does late on a Friday night. And the results? They're absolutely dramatic. Recent studies show that these AI-powered visual inspection systems can slash the time it takes to detect a defect by 60%. That means problems are found faster, which allows for quicker corrections and a whole lot less waste. And it's not just about speed. What this shows is that those same systems boost defect detection accuracy by 25% compared to their manual counterparts. That means fewer false positives and, more importantly, way fewer real defects ever making it through the line. This level of precision extends deep into the lab, too. In quality control testing, automated systems that are driven by intelligent software reduce the rate of human error by a staggering 67%, and that translates directly to more reliable data and much greater confidence in every single batch. Now, beyond just inspection, AI also protects the manufacturing line itself. As this GlaxoSmithKline case study shows, AI can analyze data from sensors to predict when a piece of equipment is about to fail. This proactive approach prevents costly shutdowns, making sure that the production lines making these life-saving medicines keep on running. Okay, so that's AI. Let's move to our next two pillars, the Internet of Things, or IoT, which is all about putting smart sensors on everything, and blockchain. Now, if AI is the digital inspector, you can think of these two technologies as the digital guardians of a drug's entire journey. They work together to create a transparent and secure supply chain, from the very start to the very finish. First things first, what exactly is blockchain in this context? Put simply, it's a digital logbook that's shared among everyone in the supply chain. Every single time a product moves or changes hands, a new entry gets made in the log. And here's the key. Those entries are permanent. They can't be altered or deleted. This creates a single, unbreakable chain of custody, making it nearly impossible for counterfeit or tampered products to sneak into the system without being immediately flagged. So let's walk through how it works in practice. A product is manufactured, and right away it's paired with IoT sensors that monitor its condition, things like temperature and humidity. That information is then recorded on the blockchain. As the product moves through distributors, every single step is tracked on that same secure ledger. Finally, when it arrives at the pharmacy, a quick scan can instantly verify its entire history, confirming that it's authentic and has been stored properly its entire journey. And the impact here is massive, especially for sensitive products like vaccines. In the rollout of its COVID-19 vaccine, Pfizer used IoT sensors to monitor the cold chain. The result was a remarkable 87% reduction in temperature excursions, those moments when a product gets too warm or too cold, which can completely destroy its effectiveness. That's a huge improvement in protecting product integrity.
And what about those counterfeit drugs we talked about at the beginning? Well, the Media Ledger Network, which is an industry consortium, piloted a blockchain verification system. The result? A 35% drop in counterfeit drug incidents. This is not theoretical stuff. This is a direct, measurable blow against one of the industry's most dangerous and costly problems.
All right, our fourth and final pillar brings this technological revolution right into the heart of quality control, the laboratory itself. Automation replaces all that repetitive, manual lab work with the tireless precision of robotics, and in doing so, it fundamentally transforms the speed and reliability of testing. You know, this table really says it all. Case studies from companies like Abbott Laboratories show that automated labs turn around tests 40% faster, which means safe products get to patients sooner. We already know they slash human error rates by 67%. But they can also scale massively, increasing testing throughput by up to 340%. And maybe most importantly, every single action is automatically recorded, creating a perfect, auditable data trail that makes regulatory compliance so much simpler.
Now, of course, adopting all this amazing technology isn't as simple as just flipping a switch. To get the complete picture, we have to be honest and acknowledge the very real hurdles that companies face when they try to move from the old model to this new tech-driven future.
Leaders in this industry have to navigate a really complex path. They have to make sure these new systems meet incredibly strict regulatory standards. They have to figure out how to integrate them with older, legacy IT systems. There's serious data security concerns to address. And of course, they have to manage the high initial investment and, maybe the biggest challenge of all, retrain their entire workforce to adapt to a completely new way of working. But while those investment costs are significant, the financial case for doing it is just incredibly compelling. The data shows an average payback period of just 18 to 36 months. And then, over 5 years, the return on that investment can range anywhere from 150% to as high as 400%. This isn't just an expense, it's a strategic pivot that pays for itself through more efficiency, less waste, and better quality.
So here's the real takeaway. While each of these four technologies is powerful on its own, their true potential is only unlocked when they all work together. It's their synergy that creates a quality assurance system far, far greater than the sum of its parts, building an entirely new ecosystem of trust.
This timeline really shows the journey we're on. We are moving away from the reactive past of paper records and manual checks. A lot of companies are in the proactive present, adopting single technologies like IoT. But the near future is predictive, where AI will analyze constant streams of data from IoT sensors with every transaction secured by blockchain. And just over the horizon, we have an autonomous system, one that's fully integrated and can self-optimize to make sure quality is continuously and automatically assured.
And that really brings us to our final thought. The technology to build this future of pharmaceutical trust, it's not science fiction anymore. It's here, today. It's erasing uncertainty and it's making quality a verifiable fact. So the question for every leader in this space is no longer if this transformation will happen, but who will have the vision to lead it? Because the biggest risk of all might not be in the technology itself, but in the failure to embrace it.